Hey everyone, and welcome back to So Blessed Pops. I know it's been a while, but usually July is very, very busy for us. So, and we also had some guests stay over, so my collection room was occupied. So, we're getting back at it. We have a ton of stuff to record. I this is a lot. But today we're gonna go over. We went to Novi, Michigan, and we went to MiAnime Con, and it was a blast. So we're gonna kind of go through that. We have a lot to show you guys. Did not record anything at the con itself, just for the fact that I did spend majority of the day just waiting in lines. But I'm going to show you guys kind of a little glimpse of the kind of stuff you guys can kind of expect to see over the next couple of weeks to months. But we do have a lot of stuff coming in. So we have a ton of stuff that has been kind of accumulating. Some of it you may have seen on our Instagram. Or us talking about like that Marvel Rivals. Absolutely love it. We have a ton of boxes to get opened up. So let's go.
Hey buddy, this is Larry.
This is Ryan. This is Zoe.
This is Trent, and this is
So
Soul Blast
Blast
Pops. Alright everybody, and welcome back. So like I said, we were at MiAnime in Novi, Michigan. It was literally, I'm recording this on Sunday. We were there all day Saturday. Got there at 8, left there about 5:30 in the afternoon. Event closed at 6, so we had to go to another spot afterwards, help out a friend. So, that being said, it was a lot of fun. And the only downside, besides waiting in lines, was the fact that this was right after San Diego Comic-Con. So, it's a lot of money back to back. But we do have some San Diego Comic-Con content coming up. Once it all arrives, we'll be doing some videos. We did get some Fun Day boxes. We did get all 4 of those, so be on the lookout for those. We got our shared pops from Funko. We got some other items ordered. I'm still waiting, trying to get one item in. Keep getting outbid at the last minute for it. But when that shows up, we'll show that off. And we also got some help from our good friend Gus Collects. If you haven't already, go follow him and see all the amazing stuff that he has helped people with San Diego Comic-Con. So that will be another video. We'll give him another shout out along with a bunch of other people. But first, we're going to talk about MiAnime. This was our first MiAnime experience. First time going to the con. We primarily went for 2 people that we had to go see. But we ended up obviously seeing a lot more. Helping out a lot of friends and other people in the community get some stuff. So not everything will be shown off that we got, just for the fact that it is going to other people. And we want to give them a shot since they also post here on YouTube. So I will leave their links down below just so you can go ahead and subscribe to them. But if you're subscribed to us, you're going to be subscribed to them. So let's dive into what we got. Now, I don't know all of these voice actors' names. I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names. Unless I repeat myself. I'm never going to remember. I'm not good with names. Sorry, it is what it is. But each time we show them, we will be showing who they were. So you will get to see, we'll show the pop or the item, and then we'll show their kind of little tag. But overall, great time. I'm still trying to wake up. I need my coffee. So, what should we start off? First, let's start off with how it all went. When we went to con, we did bring everything in pops already set up. And we did use protectors. There was a couple we had soft protectors for. But usually I like to use at least minimum the Funko hard stacks. It just makes it a little bit easier, gives you a little more time in between going from signing to signing to get the accessibility of waiting in lines and be able to, all right, they're about 3/4 of the way dry. I can slide them in knowing that they're not going to get pinched or rubbed. So that's our note. I know a lot of people just bring the boxes themselves. Not everything we brought was ours, so I didn't feel comfortable doing that. And I personally like it when we bring the item to them intact. So I'm going to go show off this real quick. this is what we use to carry our pops. This is actually a skateboard carrying bag, which I got to take my TMNT skateboard to get that signed and stuff like that. And I decided, you know what, let's see how well it works with pops. And it works really well. So you can get, without overdoing it, we were able to get 10 pops. You could probably get more, just standing straight up in sets of 2. And then you could get 1 up front, but we also had other stuff. So you might be able to get 2 up front. So you can get anywhere from 10 to possibly 12 pops in this bag. We got this bag right off Amazon. I liked it because it literally cinches at the top, so you can open it up, grab the pops. I put everything in order, so it was a little bit easier. We did have another little tote bag when we decided to split up to get and knock off these autographs. So let's start off with some of the stuff we picked up. So one of them we had to get, we ended up getting, oh, I'll save that later. So we have Queen from Persona 5 right here. She was really nice. Her line got really, really big, and we're trying to figure out why. Come to find out after talking to her, she does have a 2-year-old that she brought to the convention, and so she was making sure she had time to go see her child and stuff like that. But his quote says, "Let's go, Joanna, Fist of Justice." So this we did pick up from a friend. We actually were waiting in line, and she had to leave, so they gave us a little come back later note. But there's our first one. Like I said, I'll post the voice actors up here. The next one, this was our longest line. But then again, we were there right at the beginning, so lines got really big really quick. But we did pick up a free run for a friend, and I kind of wish I got one for myself, but I'll remember that for next time. I just started watching this, but the one I wanted we didn't have. So this says, "The greatest joy of magic lies in searching for it, free run." This is a really cool pop. I've seen so much cool stuff that she was signing, and so next time if we get the chance to see her, I know exactly what item I would want and what kind of quote I would want. But that was really cool meeting her. And I will say, every voice actor we met, absolutely amazing. Not a bad apple in any of them. So that was really awesome. And the one thing that, with her line, the person in front of us accidentally took their pop while it was still wet and shoved it in the protector, smeared half of it. She was so nice that she had him take it back out. She cleaned and erased her signature and her quote and all that, and she had tried to get help from other people to get special tools to sit there and clean it all off, and redid it for him right there on the spot. Really awesome. But next, I kind of want to save that one for towards the end. So the one, we'll just do these. So we did pick up some Mitsuri right here from Demon Slayer. This is the plus version. It says, "My limbs went bang and my mind went pow." I actually love this mold too. This would have been one that we probably would have went after. But that is for a friend. But we went with something a little different, and then I ended up seeing our buddy Bradley, because we helped him out with one too. The one he brought I was like, oh, that would have been the one I would have wanted to bring. But this one is ours. Right here, this is our mitts, just kind of the standard mitts, nothing fancy. But it says, "Love breathing, sixth form, cat-legged wind of love." I personally did not get to see mitts. Heather went and saw her, but apparently she's a cat mom, and so they got talking about cats and stuff like that. So she decided to pick that quote. All these quotes were all just selected by the voice actors, which was awesome. So that's one I can't show off. The two there are going to have to wait. So let's do This one we can show off. And we'll do this and this. So next we have Himmel from Freerin. He was there. I did get to talk to the voice actor for a quick second because we ended up some stuff happened, so we ended up going back. But it says that future generations must know how handsome I was. If that's not a little self-egotistic, I don't know, but it is pretty cool. So put that one right there. Whew. There we go. So, same voice actor that does Himmel also does one of the main reasons we were there, and that was for Kakatsu Bakugo right here. This one says is one of his most famous quotes. Shut up, you damn nerd. Sorry for the language, but that's what he wrote. Now, this is also was done on a custom that we bought from Sparkled by Squirrely. We showed this off before, but we wanted to get this one out of all of them because it's one of our favorite Bakugo pops and is actually one of Squirrely's favorite guys as well. So we decided to get this one done. Really cool. I know it's nice to actually show him that. So those are both by the same guy. Next, keeping up with that, we'll show off the other My Hero, and that would be Shoto Todoroki. I actually went in line. So when I went to go get the Queen for Persona 5, we got the list of, hey, come back later, about an hour, she'll be back. So I ran to the car, picked up this because someone was like, I don't want it, I don't need it. I'm like, no, we're here. We came here for him and Bakugo, so we're picking this up. It says, don't blame me for what happens next. That is absolutely perfect because the whole reason I got this was she was like, I don't want it, I don't really need it. Like, we came here for this, so we ended up getting it. And of course, we got the little doodle right here of Fire and Ice. Good old Icy Hot himself, Shoto Todoroki. Now, boom, boom, boom. So the next thing we got, I think I showed all those off. The next auto was actually one for me. And this was one where it was going to be, if it came down to it, we had time at the end of the con. I was really hoping to be done getting autographs by 2 o'clock at the latest from event open at 9. I was hoping from 9 to 2 we could get all these done. I didn't leave. Queen for Persona 5 was the last one that we had to get, and I got that right around 4:30-ish, I want to say. Maybe closer to 4, but it was right around that time frame. So most of my day, I was kind of beat up. But we ended up kind of walking the halls real quick, seeing some stuff, and then we got about halfway. Then we came across Ian, and I got super excited because his line for once was pretty short. So I was like, oh, I kind of want it, but I'm like, but I don't need it. I want to see the rest of the con. I haven't looked at everything. So Heather was like, I'll wait in line. You go finish looking at the rest of it. By the time I came back, it should be somewhat good. And we did get our Wii's right here from the San Diego Comic-Con, which is absolutely awesome. Which majority of all these actors were at San Diego the previous weekend. And it says Saiyans, am I right? Gotta love them. Absolutely love it. So that was my highlight, or one of my highlights of the week, of the day. But overall, this was the only one I really got for my collection, which I'm happy to have. So now we go on to some other stuff. We'll show off this because everything else is kind of small. We did end up walking to a vendor and found this Chase Stitch with the Angry on it. Kind of saw there, didn't have a price tag, didn't have anything on it. And kind of went up to them and they were like, oh, well. I was like, I grabbed it and I was like, hey, how much is it? There's no price near it. And they're like, oh, you found that? I'm like, yeah, we kind of hid that and no one's come up to us with it. And they're like, yeah, it's $20, which is $5 over retail. which I was ecstatic about it. They're like, yeah, we do little secrets, so that was really awesome. So we had to grab that. And then next, we're gonna show off the last for autographs, and then I got stuff that I picked up. Probably should have shown these with what we got, but Heather could not stand to voice actor for Mitz also does Sprigatito from Pokemon, and they got on a whole cat tangent apparently. So she got the print signed, and right here is the artist. It is Yoshiko Arts is the one who did the artwork, but so she got that nice autograph print. And then speaking of prints, after we got most of our stuff done, Heather decided, she's like, I love getting Pop signed, but I got a better idea that she wanted, because she wants to be able to see all our autographs at once, which really plays into don't blame me for what happens next. So while I was actually, I just left him to get that signed, and I saw a couple people that were behind me in line that had these really cool metal posters and prints and stuff like that. Get a message saying, hey, I think I want to get a giant poster and have it signed. I told her, all right, if you want to do that, that's fine. But I would recommend getting a metal. I personally think if you're going to get something like that, something bigger signed, make it better material than just paper, but you get what you can get. And she happened to find this at the con for My Hero. It is a nice little foily figure of most of the heroes, and she decided that she wanted to do something like this and get it signed. So we had to try to run back in line. We did get Mr. Aizawa right here. Went back to get Bakugo, and then also went down and got Shoto as well. Now the only bummer was we did get this so late that they were kind of starting to wrap everything up, and the rest of the people that were there still had big lines. So the people that were still there was Froppy was there. Her line was pretty big. We weren't going to be able to make that. Earphone Jack, which is we did get her autograph, but it wasn't for us, and it wasn't on her pop. It was on one of our other characters. The Invisible Girl was there. Ian, who did Wheeze, and Brooke from One Piece, which majority of the people there for Brooke from One Piece, also does him. Let's see. So overall, there was quite a bit of the cast there. But in November, we're going to go to Michigan, Grand Rapids Comic Con, and we're going to go see Deku and a couple of others. I think Dark Shadow will be there as well. He'll be there. So we're going to get a good portion of some other ones. But her idea of getting a giant printout to get autographs on is now her new mission, instead of getting pops, because she wants to look at it all. So we got to find a frame that we can put them all on. Time for another coffee break. So this is going to be a longer video. I apologize, but I'm just so excited. Like I said, if you guys want to, like, comment, subscribe. And I'm sorry, we are sorry, but July is very busy for us. So I know it's been about a month without videos. We're sorry. We probably should have made an announcement, stuff like that. But we do have stuff coming. Next. This is all stuff for me. We went there mainly for two things. Bakugo and Shoto autograph. Then as other stuff came up, getting stuff for friends and whatnot. So, next. Found this as I was running through the hall, trying to see what else I could see. Came across a vendor that was making these really cool, kind of like stained glass artwork. So we'll show what we picked up. These are smaller. These are all stickers. They are called culturedswines.com. There's their QR sticker. And then these are all stickers. You have the Evolutions. And like I said, it is a stained glass. Really cool look. Then we have Bakugo right there. And then we have Infinite Deku, which out of the My Hero heroes, this version of Deku is my favorite. But then while we were doing that, I was flipping through some pages and I found something amazing. I'm bummed and I'm going to have to go onto their website and order it. I saw something really cool. They had it in the small sticker form and they had it in the form that we got, but there's a bigger one that I would have loved to have gotten. But talked to this guy. It was really fun. Needless to say, he did it all as one photo. He was going to do it and split it up, but he was like, I can't do that to people. I can't split this one thing up into 4 to make people buy all 4 of them. So he did it in one giant picture. And that is the TMNT rooftop scene right there. Really hard to tell. A lot of the background, but he said it took him about 5 hours to do and design and do up every turtle. Glare's ridiculous, but you can kind of see that night sky's got all that shattered glass. But absolutely love it. All the turtles have their belts and their headbands kind of reflect as well. Absolutely love this. Like I said, we will be on the hunt and trying to order their big poster size one. I'm super excited for that. Okay. Next, also, we brought our nice little fanny bag so we could hand out stickers and stuff like that. Recommend, doesn't matter if you're doing anything at the con or not, it's always nice when you get talking to people and hand out your channel stickers. So, next, Gus Collects, I think you're going to appreciate this. They had very little of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but we did end up picking up the Secret Lair Ink Venom, and we picked up the Secret Lair The Last Ronin. I'm super excited. I missed these on the drop, and I'm so happy to get them for practically retail. We will be opening these. For those of you wondering about Magic Mondays, I know I was supposed to do a video on recapping all the tins. I still have to do that. And then we just don't have any product besides those right now. So we'll try to get back to it as soon as we can. But next we have one of my favorite things is, so we went down, we see these guys everywhere. Koi's Comics. We see them at a lot of the cons, which is really awesome. And I found something that I was not expecting to see, which was comics. Anime convention, was not expecting comics. But we turned around the corner, and I'm sorry, Pop House with Animal, I'm telling you now. I'm going to tell you in a couple hours when I see you, but I'm sorry, I was meaning to pick up the Jeff the Landshark Loki for you, and by the time we got home, well, actually by the time we got to dinner, I realized that I had forgotten to grab that. But we will make sure we help you get that. But they had the new Queen in Black blind bags. Super excited. I've been working out of town last couple of weeks, so I haven't been able. These just dropped, so I wasn't able to go to our local comic shop. So to be able to see comics at this anime con was an absolute blessing. And it kind of made my day. So we did rip them right there, just because I was like, they're like, we're gonna rip them here, you're gonna take them home, because they wanted to see them rip too. So here we have Queen in Black. Don't know who she is. She is a fusion of Null and how am I forgetting her name? Thor's and Loki's sister. Comment down below if you remember. Not Elena. It's I'm drawing a huge blank. But so it's really cool. That's really gonna bother me. I might just put it down there. But so we end up with this upside down, getting. Oh no, it wasn't. So we did get the foil variant right here. Absolutely love this. This was our first rip. We ended up getting 3 of them. which I don't believe I have any more of these coming in. I'm going to try and pick some more up, though. But we did end up, we have 10 more of the TMNT ones coming up. So that was our last pull. It was funny how we did it. So this was our second pull. And they just had a stack of them, and I just kind of grabbed random ones. This was our pull number 2. And we pulled another foil variant, which I'm not going to complain. I absolutely love them. Now, going through them, we did see a couple more that I would have liked to have gotten, but that's why we're going to buy more. And I already have some pre-ordered of Rick's regular ones, not the blind bags. And then this was our last pull, and I absolutely love this one as well because it is the Marvel Rivals cover right there. And you have her in back with Venom right there being split and separated. Absolutely love it. Oh, this is really going to bug me. How do I not remember her name? I don't know. I'm sorry. This is going to bug me. But there we go. That is our haul from MiAnime in Novi, Michigan. First time being there. Super excited. Great atmosphere. Absolutely loved it. Every voice actor was just phenomenal. So, like, comment, subscribe. What was your favorite thing? What cons are you going to? We still have 2 more cons to go to, and that is at the end of the month. We're going to OzokuCon, which is in Port Huron, Michigan. Then we will be going in November to Grand Rapids Comic Con, which is usually, I think, in Kalamazoo-ish area. And that's going to be in mid-November. So we got 2 more cons to end the year. We still have more stuff to pick up for friends. I absolutely love this community. So we're doing what we can to help you guys out. MiAnime, can't wait to go back next year. Such a blast. The main thing is you got to sit there, have fun, enjoy what you're doing, and help one another out. That's what we're here for as collectors. So, hope you guys have a great one. My favorite of the day, I think meeting the voice actors was absolutely amazing. Even the ones that, for the most part, I don't know who they were. But it was just nice to sit there and talk to them, hear how their experiences are and stuff like that. And you get some regrets, so I almost wanted to go to day 2, but I'm happy with what we're at. So this video is extremely long. Hope you guys have a great one. Comment down below what was your favorite. What other cons are you going to? And until next time, So Bless Pops out.
Like.